Hi everyone, Maestra Judy here. Welcome to Cebuano 101. So in this video, I'll be sharing an updated August 2023 cost of living here in Cebu City. So just a disclaimer mga higala, some of these expenses may not apply to you. So what you're gonna do is just remove them from your computation. Okay, so and also check your expenses. You know, you have to account all those small things in your budgeting. Actually, somebody requested for this cost of living video. I forgot her name, I'm sorry, but here it is. Let's start. Okay, so this is my Excel worksheet. So here is our cost of living in Cebu City as of August 2023, a family of 5. Okay, the school season here in the Philippines is about 10 months. Okay, so the tuition fee, the books, the uniforms, I divided them by 10. Okay, so that I can get the monthly expenses. Okay, here I actually group them by fixed expenses and variable expenses. Most of these are fixed expenses, mga higala. Okay, so let's go over first here. Let's go over the fixed expenses first. School tuition fee is actually 17,734.30 centavos. Okay, so this is, you can see here I divided it by 10. Actually, the total amount for my 3 kids for the whole year is about 177,343. Okay, so this is the grand total that we pay to the school of our kids. This is just a tuition fee, mga higala. Okay, so all of our kids are in private schools. So the school that they are in right now is not it's not a big school like compared with other popular schools here in in Cebu City. It's a private school, and the number of students in class are actually limited. Okay, so it's a small, I wouldn't say it's small, but it's about medium school, unlike with other big universities here in Cebu City. Okay, so this is the annual tuition fee. So for grade 6, I have for grade 6 it's about 56,000. For grade 2 is 53,400, and then grade 9, my eldest daughter is grade 9, so it's about 67,690. Okay, all right, so that's just the school tuition fee. Now let's go to school books. So the books for the 3 students is about, the total is about hold on, oopsie, I'll just do it like this. It's about 22,000. Okay, more or less. And then school uniforms. Okay, the school uniforms, I have to buy a new one for my 2 boys, so I actually budgeted 3,000 each for the 2 boys. So basically 6,000 divided by 10 months. So it's about 600 per month. All right. Okay, so you can, if you don't have kids, you can just omit this school related expenses. Next is grocery. Okay, grocery. We have 25,000 pesos. Okay, my God, medyo, it's a bit dako. Okay, dako, medyo big. It's a bit big. So actually, our grocery, now that my husband is back here in Cebu, our grocery is actually increased from the previous cost of living video. And yeah, and then my kids are growing up. They eat a lot. They actually eat a lot, as in. So I have 2 boys who are growing, and I have my eldest daughter she's not eating much actually. So it's just that the whole family loves to eat, I guess. Okay, so the grocery here is I included the eating out, dining out, and delivery of food for those times that I cannot cook. Okay, so what we're actually doing right now in our home, I normally go out by 11 a.m. to buy home cooked meals from the carinderia. Okay, so it seems to me that it is more logical to just buy food from the carinderia than just cook on my own here, because the cost of cooking, the cost of me cooking here at home and the cost buying food from outside is actually not much difference. So if I think about it, I will be able to save time. I will be able to save water, gas, and then I say water because after cooking you have dishes to wash. Okay, so the effort of washing after cooking, I'll be able to save that. So right now at home, most of the time I go out to buy food. Okay, so buying outside, actually our budget for 2 meals, lunch and dinner, is about 500 pesos. Okay, about 500 pesos. Let's say 500 pesos for 2 meals. And then sometimes I can buy about just 250 for 2 meals. So I just put 500 there so that I can have buffer, because sometimes I buy food that are way more expensive than my usual food from the carinderia. Okay, so I just put 500 pesos there. And then plus we have breakfast, let's say, okay, just this one, just for 2 meals. Okay, just in case if you guys are into eating 2 meals a day. So 2 meals times 31 days, for example, that's gonna total about 15,500 for the family of 5. Okay, that's only without breakfast. So more or less with breakfast, about 20,000. So you can see, buying outside and cooking at home, there's not much difference. So I told my husband that, oh, maybe we should just buy outside. So that way I can save my effort in cooking, save time, instead of just, when I cook, I consume about 1.5 hours probably, or an hour. So I can save actually 45 minutes. So I'll just buy food from outside. It's not just 45 minutes. I think almost 2 hours. I can save almost 2 hours in a day by just buying food from the carinderia. The food from the carinderia are actually home-cooked meals. So it's not dangerous as long as you know where to buy. Okay? So just check those carinderia, and then if you think that the carinderia is, so far you're not having any food poisoning, and you can see how the food looks. Okay, so I always buy food from the carinderia that I know that I have a chat with the owner, so at least I know how they prepare food. Okay, so far it's been working for us for this past 1 month already, I guess. Almost a month. So yeah, mo na siya mga higala. So not much difference if I buy outside and versus cooking here at home. But the big difference is I save more time if I buy food from the carinderia. Okay? Now, kids allowance, because when you go to school, you give the kids some allowance. Oh, never mind here. Okay, here, kids allowance. This is actually 250 per day for the 3 kids. So times 22 days, school days. Okay, so that's 5,500 per month. And then here, family insurance. This is the emergency only. So that's about 375 per 12 months for the whole year. So 375 per month. So for the whole year is about 4,500. This is only for emergency, like emergency room insurance, okay? As in initial, you can initial insurance, okay? And then I have the VUL insurance, VUL insurance at the same time health insurance, okay? It's 5,000, 2,500 each for me and my husband, so that's 5,000 per month. And then here, gas and parking fees, 6,000. This is for the whole month. Oh yeah, okay, for the whole month. Okay. Vehicle maintenance, this is 1,300 plus, okay? So this is 16,000 for the whole year, okay? For per month is 1,333. And then vehicle insurance plus registration, okay? Having a car, mga higala, is also very expensive. But yeah, before buying a car, you must think of your maintenance, your insurance, your registration, and so on and so forth. What else? Yeah, for vehicle insurance and registration, I budgeted at 14,000 for the whole year. So it's about 1,166 per month. Okay. For our mortgage, we have 22,800. Okay. And then home fire insurance, it's about 5,000 per whole year. So it's about 416 per month. And then home MRI. So if you have a mortgage here in the Philippines, if you borrow money, if you loan money from the bank, they will ask you to also buy for the MRI. The mortgage, I forgot the meaning. It's an insurance. If something happens to the borrower, this insurance will be paying the balance to the bank. Okay, so just in case my husband, okay, never mind. So that's the meaning of MRI. If the borrower, if something happened to the borrower, like for example death, that means the family will not be obliged to pay the bank anymore. Okay, so it's the MRI is gonna be paying the bank. Okay, that means that the bank is, you don't have any loan anymore because it's gonna be the insurance is gonna be paying the bank, so it's fully paid already. Okay, if something happens, hopefully not. Simba ko mga igala. Okay, building and lot taxes. This is not or, it should be and. Lot taxes. So this is about 4,000 per year. So that's 333 per month. And then my SSS and my husband's SSS is about 4,200 each. So 8,400 per month. And then Pag-ibig, we pay about 500 each per month. And then our subdivision fees, that's 2,500 the whole year. So it's about 208 per month. And then home internet, that's 2,500. And then gifts, just 500 per month. And then postpaid mobile, mine is 799. This is my plan. And then my husband's plan is 1,548. So this is a bit high because he has a Netflix subscription. That's why he's paying 1,400, 500 plus. Okay. Electricity, it's 4,500. Normally, this is quite low, mga higala, because we already installed a solar system at home. So if without solar, we are going to be we normally pay 12,000 per month, but because of the solar, we are now paying 4,500 pesos. Okay, so if you want to know about the solar system at home, just let me know in the comments, mga higala. Okay, and then water, about 500 pesos. So this, sometimes it's lower than 500, sometimes it's a bit higher, about 600, but normally we are within 500 pesos. Okay, vaccination of the kids, we have 500 pesos per month. And then for, I still have 2 cats. Cat food, litter sand, I budgeted at 1,000. Okay, so total for fixed expenses, mga higala, for family of 5, it's about 110,456. Okay, so for variable expenses, okay, you have to budget for home maintenance, so that's about 2,000. And then medicine, medicine includes medicine for my husband's medicine, vitamins, kids medicine, my allergy medicine, all that. So it's about 3,000 pesos. So total variable expenses is 5,000. Sometimes we don't really consume the 3,000 for the medicine. Okay, so it depends. Sometimes we get sick. Okay, so for the grand total is 115,456 pesos and 30 centavos in US dollars. At 55 pesos, that's gonna be about $2,100. So here I did not include like buying of clothes, and then school supplies if we need more school supplies, and then funeral plan. Okay, I already bought funeral plan. My husband already bought funeral plans for the family. So if you guys want to consider buying funeral plans, it's actually practical to buy a plan, because it's based on experience. When my father-in-law died, I had a funeral plan for my mom, and then that funeral plan, we use it for my father-in-law because it is transferable. You just have to pay a little extra, like about less than 1,000 pesos, so that it can be transferred to my father-in-law. So it actually helped us, how do you say it? It actually helped us doing the preparation, because we just called the funeral parlor, and then they just came, assist us. They did everything. Actually, they did everything. What we did, we just go to the funeral parlor, the funeral venue, and you just go there. They did everything. They just asked us to choose a coffin for my father-in-law, and then since my father-in-law is quite big, so we paid a little extra to get the bigger size, but then that's just only about 1,000 or 1,500. So basically, we didn't really shell out a big amount of money, because I already have the funeral plan. So it actually saved us a lot of headache, looking for money to buy the coffin, to have a venue for the and just to prepare all these things when somebody dies in your family. It's actually a big help if you have a funeral plan. Okay, because the company will actually be there with you to assist you with everything. Okay, so you might want to check on funeral plans in your area. Make sure if you find an agent, check their names if they are affiliated with the company. Okay, just to avoid scams. All right, so clothes, funeral plan, and then school supplies. I did not include it here. Normally, for the whole family, we normally buy a maximum of 3 times in a year, because I don't buy a lot of clothes actually, mga higala. For one, I am aspiring to be a minimalist, so I don't buy a lot of clothes. I don't buy bags. I actually have my bags for 4 years already. I've been using my bag for 4 years. So I don't buy a lot of things. So not much on this one. So maximum 3 times. And then we sometimes just wait for Christmas season, because a lot of my families give Christmas gifts. Normally they give clothes for the kids, some blouses for me. So I don't buy clothes much. Okay, this cost of living might be considered here in the Philippines as middle income family. Okay, some might think that it is that this cost of living is for the rich people, but actually we're not rich. We are living comfortably compared with others. Okay, so we're living comfortably. Okay, we're not surviving but living. Okay, so make sure to account all those expenses. Actually, from my previous cost of living, our expenses from that computation was about 1,800 US dollars. Now it increased to about 2,100, mainly because my kids are growing. Of course, the higher the grade, the tuition is also higher. And then the cost here the cost of everything here has gone up. So yeah, everything has increased, including the electricity costs. Before it was only 12 pesos kilowatt hour. Now it's 16 pesos per kilowatt hour. So you have to consider that. That's why it's not advisable to turn on your aircon 24/7, mga higala. But then again, with this kind of lifestyle, this kind of cost of living, we have to, with so much expenses, we have to work hard as well, you know. We have to work hard. We have to, and then this one does not account your savings, mga higala. So we have to account some savings also here. So that's gonna be the 115 is just the very basic. If you're planning to come here, I hope it helps with your budgeting, forecasting, with your finances. And yeah, let me know what you think, mga higala. In the previous, by the way, mga higala, in the previous video, somebody said they can live with $500 in a month. I mean, yeah, of course you can, you know, but $500, that's about, how much is that? 500 times 55, 27,500. So if you are single, of course you can actually survive with 27,500. But the question is, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to eat Filipino local food? Okay, so, and then are you willing to commute? Are you willing to live in a room, okay, in a small room? Or maybe are you willing to live in a big room with companions, like a bed spacer? So 27,000 for single, yeah, you can survive. But if you have a girlfriend, or if somebody is dependent on you, 27,500 might not be enough. Okay, so unfortunately that might not be enough. So it actually depends on the person's lifestyle, mga higala. So I'm not pushing our cost of living to anyone here. So I'm just sharing, just so you guys can budget, can forecast your finances properly if you're planning to come here in Cebu or in Philippines. If you are living in Metro Manila, and if you're living in Metro Manila, my cost of living might be small, okay? Like living comfortably in Metro Manila, my cost of living might be small, okay? But if you're living in somewhere away from the city, your cost of living might be smaller than I have, okay? Or might be lower than I have. So, you know, just to give you an idea, mga higala. And if you are very serious in your Bisaya language journey, head over to my site, cebuano101.com. And also, mga higala, don't forget, if you haven't purchased my books, Absolute Beginner books, great for little children, those who are very new to the Cebuano language. Also, my vocabulary books, also available on Amazon, Shopee, Lazada. So, link are at the description box. That's all. Daghang salamat. Ambing kanunay. Bye!